season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. To throw right away is Howell. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Christmas Eve here in 2022. A big slate today of Saturday games. But we will have, ready for this, a triple header of action on Christmas Day tomorrow. I think it's pretty safe to say we won't have a white Christmas in any of these places, however. We start with the Packers and Dolphins in Miami at 1 Eastern. Then you got the Broncos and Rams from Los Angeles. And then finally, the Bucs and Cardinals at 8:20 Eastern in the desert. Plus one more for good measure on Monday. Once the family's all gone back home and Grandma's puttered out of the house, grab the leftovers and sit back and watch the Chargers and the Colts from Indianapolis. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Howell from the gun. Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in. Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
So for Ron Rivera, challenging that call turns out to be the right decision. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And the 49ers will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Our first carry for the rookie from LSU, Ty Davis-Price. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action, now it's Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Finding space at the 40, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield, instead checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders will take over here just shy of the 30. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason,
wide open, complete. And they're going to be set up now with a ball at the 13-yard line. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Anthony McFarland, his first kick. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to kick out of bounds. Boy, a fortunate bounce or two there. They'll keep possession back inside the 10-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one. And the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retained possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Howell now to throw it. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, to me, there was no question about the intent there, and I think he was a little fortunate that the penalty flag didn't come out for grounding. But he'll get away with it and get another shot on third down.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Howell throwing on third down here. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Sly able to put this one through, and it's 3-0 Washington. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw caught by Gray. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Davis Price on 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Niners at 13-1 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. To throw, it's Lance. Able to find Gray here. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Forced out to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. The Lance going to throw. Gets it out wide to Davis Price. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. Now he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Off play action. It's Howell. He'll swing that out, complete to McFarland. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
To about the 48-yard line.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped in the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
They'll go play action. Howell sliding out of the pocket. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. This is brought in at the 21. First and 10 here for Howell and the Commanders at their own 26. Howell throwing on first down here. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
second down and a run by Robinson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them with no gain.
Throw out right, hauled in by Arcega-Whiteside. Yeah, this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move. But oftentimes, just a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down. What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Faking the handoff. Howell. And the Niners get there and bring him down. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. One of the league's best linebackers, he ended that play almost before it began, and the running back absolutely overmatched no matter what he tried to do. Washington on 3rd down, not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st down, McFarland. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss. Rolling to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. 3rd and long, here's Howell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Drake Jackson. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15. A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one. And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, after incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down. Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. That's complete left side to Gray. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he's going to have a Niners first down as he gets this up past the 30. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9, Lance dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
1:53 remaining in this first half of play. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing here, Howell. And he finds McLaurin. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
It's Howell with another throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. A give up the middle to Gibson. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here's a 2nd and 7 now from their own 7. On play action, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He's got room past the 30, and he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On first down, Lance. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you've got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now, this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
One last shot before the break. Howell slings this deep from McLaurin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we are at halftime here on Christmas Eve, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. He gets this one to Davis Price. He's got room at the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where you just shouldn't have thrown the football, and it ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Lance finding Kittle, first down San Francisco.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to run.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it makes it third down and 2 yards to go.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break, contain, and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Lance. Escaping the pressure right. He's got the hook off downfield to Samuel. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Lance looks to throw again. And And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now a play fake. Lance. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers are back within a score. Gould with the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. First down, Howell to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tartt.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
Davis-Price up the middle. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lance. Finding Gray on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, you need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This one into the hands of Burton. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He was a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. That's going to be caught. Arcega-Whiteside. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On the handoff, it's McFarland. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. That whole thing was thrown off track thanks to the defense of Fred Warner. Really nice play. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. 2nd down, Howell now. is going to let this one go deep. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. That's complete. It's Anthony McFarland. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 33. We're off to the fourth quarter here on Christmas Eve. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10. Down at the 33 from the gun. This will be McFarland. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Second down, Howell back to pass. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
And once more, Howell back to the air. And that is incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
Sly able to put this one through, and that's going to up the lead to 15 to 10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, moved a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he's going to have the 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
That one goes for 8 yards.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
Play action. Now it's Lance. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
There you go. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second down, here's Davis Price. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets it out wide to Davis Price. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And the lead is cut to 2 now. It's 15-13. So that gets him a little closer as he converts there, but you have to think back to the field goal he missed earlier.
Right now, that's the difference between leading and trailing. So at this moment, he's reciting that kicker's prayer that we know so well. Just give me one more shot before this one's said and done.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit. Because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape on. Because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Straight ahead, Gibson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Straight ahead running. Here's McFarland. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They're going to run this with a tight end. Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
3rd and long. Here's Howell. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Bringing him down there, Jonathan Allen.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that time out to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Here's Lance. Steps away. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Lance looking to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Gold is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Powell to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are on the field?
Here's Howell. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. McFarland running out of the gun. And that play stopped by Drake Jackson. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
2nd and 9. He's back to throw. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
That is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific. Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And after the field goal last time, see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Lance back to throw. Looking for Gray, and he's got him. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One final try now for Lance. This for all the marbles. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.